We are finally getting Berlin prepped for the track because after all, that's the reason why I bought this car. And we're partnering with Import Image Racing to make that happen. So we are starting with the mechanical stuff today. That's going to be the steering rack. So my 2011 is leaking power steering fluid everywhere. It's a very common failure point on these cars. And it makes sense to upgrade to a 2015 STi because it's going to have the better steering ratio. It's going to be 13:1. We're also going to upgrade the steering linkage to a solid one compared to the bushing one. We're going to upgrade the Cusco brace, going to make it stronger mount. And then we're also going to swap out the bushings on the rack itself with some white lines. We are just going to be doing the mechanical stuff. And then when we get to the upgrades, we're going to be doing... Go down again, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that should.
So,
oh, that is insane.
yeah, just rip it open. Okay.
One of the reasons I love coming to Hoist House is they always have what I need, like this fluid extractor, which sucked out all the power steering fluid and I don't have to worry about any cleanup or taking care of it.
So the cotter pin is basically stuck. I can't grab it from the top. So I clip the end. I'm just gonna blast this thing and fingers crossed it comes off. So probably this size. And that's all she wrote. So I was really close to stripping this. I didn't cut enough of the cotter pin off, so then I went back down there, I cut some more off. So if you do this method, just be sure to be very careful and cut as much cotter pin, because if you strip this, you're not gonna have a fun time.
I'm not reusing the tie rods, so I just banged them out and then I moved on to removing the sway bar, which has to get out of the way, and the subframe. This is where things got a little bit hairy. The frame and the axle's in the way of the power steering pump and reservoir line, so you have to use a crow's foot to get up in here, and it took forever and my arms were killing me burning.
Yeah, so working out yesterday, or not working out yesterday, was the right decision. This one's off. All right, this one is off. Oh my gosh, yeah. Let it drop a little bit, you can go ahead. Oh yeah, it's sliding right out, so we're good. Yeah, it's sliding out the splines.
When I took off the rack, there was something that I missed, which almost made this job a much more difficult job, but I ended up resolving it, and I'll touch on that later.
We've got the old rack out, so it was coated in power steering fluid everywhere, so it was definitely leaking in this spot right here. This is our new steering rack, but it is not a 2011 WRX rack. It actually is the 2015 Plus STi rack. The reason why we're going with that rack is because it has the 13:1 steering ratio. But we're not gonna leave this rack as it is. We do have some upgrades for it. So the first thing we're upgrading is going to be the bushings for the steering rack that holds it up into place. So we're gonna be replacing this one with the white line one. The other bushings we're replacing are gonna be actually on the steering rack itself. So we're gonna pop these ones out and put the white line ones in.
During this, I also made a mistake right here. I'm not sure if you noticed it, but yeah, this isn't going to work.
I wanna get this one first because this one looks like it's the harder one.
But of course, Hoist House had what I needed, so we used their press to pop these bushings out. Let me know if you noticed in the comments down below the mistake that I made.
It's out. We're good. You're like 1/4 of an inch, half inch.
Yeah, moving on.
What? It just popped right there. We're also going to be replacing the steering linkage. So this has a bushing in the middle, but the STi one is solid.
I'm also swapping out the OEM brace that attaches to the frame with a Cusco reinforced brace.
Getting caught on the subframe here, so let me push this in.
The rack doesn't come centered from factory, so after we bled the lines, we drew up some diagrams to figure out the center point. It should be a full 360 plus 1/4 turn each way. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be, and we got it done pretty quickly.
The subframe is covered in power steering fluid, so we got some heavy duty degreaser. We're gonna make this thing look brand new.
You're probably wondering why you're just standing around doing nothing. Well, this is the mistake that came up during this install, which was almost a disaster.
When I put the new rack in, I just plopped this on the power steering rack, and it's 360 on the rack, so it could just plop it any way and you can tighten it down. When I went to go put it on the driver shaft column, what happened is I tightened it down, but I couldn't get it to go all the way. So I tightened it down good enough so we could just center the rack. We center the rack, and I'm trying to tighten it down further, and it's just like not going. I'm like, I can't go any further. This is way too much force to get this to go in there. So we took it off, and lo and behold, we damaged 3 splines about the width of a bolt on the driving column shaft. And I'm like, we're screwed. But we weren't screwed. And I also noticed that the bolt threads are all messed up now. So we took it back and we're like, all right, let's retap it and get it so we can get a bolt to fit in there. And we ended up retapping it, but it was so late that we tapped the wrong side. The next day I come in and I retap the right side of the linkage, and I go to put it back up in there, and still it just won't clamp down. Well, there is a flat side on the driver column shaft that was facing upwards towards the engine bay that I did not see, and I didn't see it when I took it off. The bolt needs to align with the flat side because it's indented enough for that bolt to slide in, tighten down, and clamp on the linkage. That was the problem, and I had no idea. We couldn't figure it out for hours. We're trying to figure out why it wouldn't go on. Pay attention when you put the linkage back on, because there's only one way it goes in. So coming up next, we do have some more mods before we get this thing on the track, so stay tuned. Why can't an install just go easy for once?